Welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to take a journey, a bite-sized one, you could say, through one of the most amazing systems in your entire body. We're going to break down what exactly happens to your food after you eat it.
You ever really think about it? After you swallow your food, where does it go? It's not just a simple drop down a tube, right? No way. It's actually the beginning of this epic 30-foot journey of total transformation. It's a process that's just unbelievably complex and efficient. All right, so here's our game plan. We'll start with the big picture of this disassembly line. Then we'll follow the journey from the very first bite. We'll look at how your body absorbs all the good stuff, check out the body's main processing plant, and then, wrap up the tour with the final exit and talk about how to keep the whole system in top shape.
Okay, first up, let's get the lay of the land. I want you to think of your digestive system as this super advanced disassembly line. It's perfectly designed to just take apart everything you eat.
So what's the point of all this? Well, the whole goal of digestion is to break down those big, complex food molecules into tiny, simple ones, so small that they can actually pass through the intestinal wall and get into your bloodstream. That's how they fuel everything you do.
And it's not just one long tube. It's really a team effort. You've got the main highway, right? That's the alimentary canal. It runs from your mouth all the way to, the other end. But then you've got these essential helpers, like the liver and pancreas, and these little juice factories, the glands, that provide all the chemical tools you need to get the job done.
All right, let's get into it. Imagine you just took a bite of something. We're going to follow that bite as it starts its real journey. And yeah, it all kicks off the second you start chewing. This is where things get really cool. Your body attacks this from two angles at once, physical and chemical. It's like a 1-2 punch. Your teeth are doing the physical work, crushing the food. Then these muscles create these powerful waves, it's called peristalsis, to push everything along. And at the exact same time, enzymes are launching this full-on chemical assault, breaking it all down on a molecular level. It's incredible. So, let's meet some of these chemical workers. You can think of them as tiny specialists. Each one has a super specific job. You've got salivary amylase in your mouth that goes right after starch. Then in the stomach, pepsin targets protein. They're not generalists, they're experts, and they work in different locations as the food moves along.
And speaking of the stomach, wow, it's not just some passive bag. It's a muscular, churning, literal acid bath. The hydrochloric acid in there makes the environment so harsh, we're talking a pH of like 1.5 to 2. This acid does two things. It kills off nasty bacteria you might have swallowed, and it creates the absolute perfect battleground for that enzyme pepsin to just demolish proteins. By the time it's done, your food is this semi-fluid goop called chyme.
Okay, so after surviving that acid bath in the stomach, our chyme moves on to the main event. It's entering the small intestine. And this, my friends, is where the real magic happens. This is absorption central.
So, what's the small intestine's secret weapon? It's all about surface area. It's super long, sure, but it's also folded on the inside, and those folds are covered in these tiny little fingers called villi, and even those are covered in tinier projections. It's folds on folds on folds, and the reason for all this is simple: to create as much surface area as possible. The more contact the food has with the walls, the more nutrients we can pull out of it. Just try to picture it. It's like this huge, plush, velvety carpet inside you, and it's all designed to be the most efficient absorption machine imaginable. Get this. If you could take out your small intestine and flatten out that inner surface, it would be big enough to cover a tennis court, a whole tennis court, and all of that is packed inside of you just to make sure not a single nutrient gets left behind.
But wait, the journey isn't over yet. Once those nutrients get into the bloodstream, they don't just go everywhere. Nope. They're all sent to one central location first, the body's master processing plant, the liver.
The liver is seriously the ultimate gatekeeper. It's like a traffic controller for nutrients. It takes a look at everything that just came in from the intestine and makes some big decisions. It asks, okay, what do we need for energy right now? What should we put into storage for later? And what's this stuff? Oh, that's toxic. Let's get rid of it. It's constantly sorting and regulating. And one of its most important jobs is this thing called deamination. See, your body is great at storing extra carbs and fats, but it has no way to store extra amino acids from protein. So what does the liver do? It cleverly breaks them down, takes the nitrogen part, which could be toxic, and converts it into something safe, urea. Then it just sends that urea over to the kidneys to be, flushed out.
All right, so we've absorbed the nutrients, we've processed them in the liver. What's left? Let's follow the final leg of the journey for all the stuff that couldn't be digested.
So what's the large intestine's main job? Well, it's basically the water reclamation center. It's a really important conservation step. The body pulls back as much water as it can from the leftover material, grabs a few last-minute minerals, and this process is what solidifies everything into, well, feces.
And this last part isn't a quick trip. It's slow and steady. We're talking 12 to 24 hours for that waste to move all the way through the large intestine. The whole time, it's getting more and more compacted as water is pulled out. It all accumulates in the rectum until finally it's expelled. And with that, the tour is officially complete.
So there you have it, this incredible, complex system in action, from top to bottom. But that brings up a really important question. What's our role in all this? What can you do to keep this amazing disassembly line running smoothly?
And here's a funny thing. One of the most important things for your digestive system is something you can't even digest: fiber. Isn't that wild? It's absolutely essential. It basically acts like a personal trainer for your intestines. It stimulates those muscle waves, helps keep things moving, and even cleans out the system.
And the impact is, well, it's huge. There's a really clear cause and effect here. You eat a diet high in fiber, you get regular, healthy gut function. You don't, and you're looking at sluggish performance, constipation, and a much higher risk for some pretty serious problems down the line.
So think about it. Your body is running this incredible 30-foot factory for you, 24/7. The real question is, are you supplying it with the right materials to thrive? Because once you understand the journey, you have the power to make it a healthy one.